Today on Forbes, Jennifer Garner's Once Upon a Farm goes public at a $724 million valuation. Wall Street welcomed actress Jennifer Garner's organic children's food brand, Once Upon a Farm, after the Berkeley, California-based firm went public on Friday, February 6th at $18 per share, with a company valuation of $724 million. Minutes after Once Upon a Farm started trading on the New York Stock Exchange, Garner told Forbes, quote, "This IPO really begins to cement our legacy as we move forward and try to bring this to life, to drive systemic improvement in childhood nutrition." The business, which was founded in 2011 and had been planning to go public last year, but delayed the listing until 2026, raised a little under $200 million through stock sales. The rare food listing excited investors, and the stock popped about 17% to just over $21 as of the close of the markets that day. After reaching $25 within the next few days, it has hovered around $21 since, as of Thursday. Garner joined Once Upon a Farm in 2017 as Chief Brand Officer and was given a co-founder title along with what's today a 7% stake in the business. That stake is now worth an estimated $64 million. The same year Garner came aboard, original co-founders Cassandra Curtis and Ari Raz brought on John Foraker, the longtime CEO of Annie's, another organic children's food company now owned by General Mills, as CEO and also a co-founder. Foraker's stake in the company is about 6%, worth about $57 million, while Curtis and Raz each own a little over 1% of stock, worth nearly $12 million. Garner was a key leader during Once Upon a Farm's roadshow to Wall Street bankers the week leading up to the IPO. Garner says, quote, "Every room we went into was people who were customers. These are bankers and not bankers. People are buying it. People are connecting with it. Their families trust what we have built." Once Upon a Farm had $225 million in annual revenue, ending September 2025, up over 40% from the year prior, which represents a compound annual growth rate of more than 60% since 2018. Its organic baby food and children's snacks are sold at some 25,000 stores nationwide, including at Target, Whole Foods, Kroger, Walmart, Publix, and Wegmans. According to Foraker, retailers who have Once Upon a Farm products filling over 15% of their so-called refrigerated kid segment see an average increase of more than 10% in their top-line growth. Speaking with Forbes on the day of the IPO, CEO John Foraker pointed to $50 billion of kids' food sold every year at retail, with Once Upon a Farm only having products currently sold in categories responsible for $11 billion of that. He said, quote, "We're a fast-growing company and a really strong brand that has a long runway ahead of it. It's a great affirmative stamp." Food industry insiders are calling the listing a pivotal moment, as many investors are buying into health and wellness-focused consumer businesses, and yet there have been few to enter the public markets since the COVID-19 pandemic. Still, Once Upon a Farm listed with unprofitable financials. The company posted a $52 million loss for the year ending last September, and the losses have increased over the past 2 years, from $19 million lost in 2022. The losses have grown as the business has expanded into new grocery stores, while also expanding the brand's presence in existing stores. The business has had to spend more to be on those shelves, specifically in slotting fees paid to the grocery stores. Bringing in Garner and Foraker 9 years ago turbocharged the Once Upon a Farm's business. Garner, the beloved actress from 13 Going on 30 and Alias, says she, quote, "wanted to be a part of solving a problem that I had experienced as a mom." She became the face of the company. Garner's work in film, television, and commercials for Capital One and Neutrogena has earned her at least $125 million over the course of her career, Forbes estimates. She even did a crossover commercial for Once Upon a Farm with Capital One credit cards, for which she has been a spokeswoman since 2014. For full coverage, check out Chloe Sorvino's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.